If you have chronic deep tissue pain and nothing has helped, then this report is for you. You don't need to live with chronic pain. Nature has provided an answer, already proven by over 1 million people. But before I tell you about the solution, you need to understand what pain is and why you're still looking for a solution. When it comes to over-the-counter relief of pain, you've got NSAIDs and skin creams. Now, for some people and some types of pain, they're okay. But for most people, the creams don't work all that well, and the side effects of NSAIDs are just too severe. So if you have chronic pain, what can you do? To understand how best to choose a pain reliever, it helps to have some understanding of how the body interprets and handles pain. The pain impulse begins at the point of an injury, either external, such as a cut, a burn, or a scrape, or internal, such as a knuckle swollen with arthritis. Once the impulse starts, it triggers the release of a number of biochemicals at the site of the injury. Now, some of these biochemicals are histamine, bradykinin, prostaglandin, and substance P. Each of these has one or more effects on the body, and some are inflammatory. That is, they cause the injury site to swell up. Inflammation is actually a defense mechanism for the body. Inflammation serves to bathe the injury in healing fluids and acts as a cushion to protect against further injury. However, if the inflammation is prolonged or out of control, it can destroy tissue. And this is what occurs in arthritis, where the inflammation itself actually destroys the joints. Also, inflammation can serve to compound problems by actually causing pain itself. Another action of these biochemicals of pain is to stimulate the nerve fibers of pain, the C fibers. Once the pain impulse is initiated by the release of biochemicals, the C fibers release their own substance P, which increases the amplitude of the pain signal by making the C fibers more sensitive and increasing the inflammation. In other words, the release of substance P can result in a snowball effect on pain and inflammation. Pain causes the release of substance P, which causes inflammation, which causes more pain, which causes the release of more substance P, and on and on and on. Like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger as it rolls. Well, this snowball effect is a critical determiner of pain. If you can't break the cycle, the pain becomes chronic, continuing even after the original injury has long since healed. Does that sound familiar? Would you like to be able to break up that snowball the next time it crashes into your life? Then let's continue. So, when we're talking about pain relief, the ideal solution would be decrease the levels of pain biochemicals. Overload the nerves at the site of the injury to deplete them of biochemicals. Block the release of substance P along the entire length of the nerves, thus slowing down the transmission of the pain impulse along the nerves. And finally, slow down transmission of pain along the spinal cord. Aspirin and NSAIDs, such as ibuprofen and Motrin, work throughout the body to decrease one of the biochemicals of pain, the prostaglandins. This can result in decreased pain and inflammation, especially if the prostaglandins are the main cause of pain. However, aspirin and NSAIDs do not directly affect the other pain biochemicals and do not affect the pain nerve itself. And they come with a host of side effects, such as liver damage and intestinal bleeding. Topical pain relievers, on the other hand, since they can't go into the body, work in a different way. Now, they provide strong heating or cooling sensations to the nerve endings located in the skin. If those nerve endings overload with sensation, they literally deplete themselves of all the pain biochemicals, so they no longer transmit pain. Well, the problem with this is twofold. First, because they sit on the surface of the skin, they can't affect any of the deeper nerves. That means they're only partially effective. And by only stimulating the nerve endings, the effect doesn't last that long. They require frequent reapplication. Sound familiar? And are you tired of living with chronic pain? Then let's continue. So, what are we looking for in a pain reliever? A topical pain reliever that actually penetrated the skin would be ideal. It could provide the best of all worlds. It would slow down production of the biochemicals of pain at the site of injury. It would deplete substance P, both at the surface of the skin and deep within the body as well, resulting in interference of transmission of the painful impulse every step of the way. It would also promote circulation deep within the injury, speeding up healing as well, helping to quickly drain away the inflammation as soon as the healing had taken place. It would truly stop the snowball from rolling down the hill. So, what's the problem? Well, there are, in fact, natural substances such as limonene oil, wintergreen oil, and emu oil that can penetrate the skin and work on the deep tissue in your body. You'll find them in a number of topical pain relievers. Well, the problem is that no one can talk about them. Government regulations say that anything that penetrates the skin is a drug, and natural solutions can't be drugs. In the United States, you can't classify natural ingredients as drugs. So, what we're left with is a Kobayashi Maru scenario. The infamous no-win scenario from Star Trek that can only be solved by changing the rules. Well, in this case, what's involved is a gentleman's agreement. The companies that sell pain relief products that actually penetrate the skin won't talk about that ability, and in return, government regulators will pretend they don't. If you don't know the rules of the game, you'll end up buying the wrong products and be forced to live with pain or harmful side effects. If you know what to look for, you have a good chance of finding real relief. And here's the key. Some formulas work better than others. Some formulators know how to combine ingredients to optimize the effect. And some formulators know the secret organic sulfur compound that can take the effect from a 2 to a 10 on a scale of 10. Which do you think works better, the 2 or the 10? Are you tired of treating your pain with a 2 when you could be using a 10? Click below to learn about the legendary deep tissue oil formulated by John Barron, recognized as one of the world's greatest living authorities in alternative health. Click below to find out about the formula that has sold over 1 million bottles in the last couple of years alone because it works. Click below to learn about the formula that got 83% thumbs up for effectiveness when today's Health and Wellness magazine mailed it out to its subscribers for testing.